Sup everybody, it's finally D-Day. It's 5:20 in the morning. I'm just gonna do my morning routine, eat my food, get ready. At 9 a.m. tops, I gotta start departing towards Dordrecht. We'll finally meet to Rebelspeed and get the project done. So bear with me, it's gonna be a long day. Alright, it's now 8:36 or something like that. 20 minutes. 20 minutes to 9 or a bit more. Oh my god, yes. Early morning dexterity, huh? To be fair, the car is in really optimal. You cannot really put degrees of comparison on optimal, my friend. It's in optimal condition, but I still need to check some fluid levels, oil, coolant. I have all of that. In fact, believe it or not, I actually took the whole remaining oil from my last change with me to make sure that nothing strange happens while I'm there, because we're gonna do a couple of pulls with the car in order to get it dialed in properly. So yeah, let's get in the car and let's do that checkup and then get in the car, and soon we're gonna leave because we gotta be there at 11 a.m. So see you a bit later. Alright, so let's put the backpack here. We got packed lunch, we got water, we got everything we need to survive. All the bare necessities. Okay, now I'm gonna stop before I get copyright struck. Yes, that's exactly why I stopped. Now let's take this rag and check our oil level. And when we open up this boot, well, not the boot, the bonnet, I guess, the hood, we'll see our coolant level and our oil level. Make sure that these are in proper params before we get any crazier. Okay, first, coolant. I mean, I can see it myself. It's quite alright. It's still above the minimal level marker, so that's fine. Now let's check my favorite thing, the oil. Okay. Holy moly, we're actually solid. I have to say, it could be that the dudes at Rebelspeed might note some issues that we might have with the engine. Mainly because for some reason it's only been, I think, 2,000 kilometers ever since I last changed it, and it's already kind of skank. When it went in, it was quite clear, just, light brown, as it usually should be. But I drove it not for that long, and boy, it's kind of skank already, I have to say, and that's probably not the best sign. But I guess the guys at Rebelspeed will see what they can do with that, or I don't know. Hopefully we're still in parameters so we can get the shtick done, because I've been waiting for a very, very long time. It's about goddamn time, So, yeah, I'm just gonna get in the car, I guess. Everything is in order. Everything else, brake fluid, power steering fluids, these tanks right here, they're all up to snuff, all good. And from the times that I've already driven this car this week, it's driving very well, honestly, even if I'm kind of driving like my hair is on fire. I guess I'm just gonna get in the car and yeah, I'll get ready. I'm probably not gonna film the whole way. I'm not even gonna film any of the way, I think. Only because it's a very long path. I really want to be careful. I want to not break the speed limits at all once I get into the Netherlands, because I heard that these guys are a lot stricter. Not that I broke them over here. There's a lot of talking that I could do behind the wheel, but, it's better to save the cockpit shots the moment that the mods are done, and then I can show you guys what I paid for. So we are now in the mighty shitbox. I just gave it its 1 minute of lubrication slash not really heat up, because it takes a lot longer for this thing to heat up. So already put on my Norauto suction cup mount, which, let me tell you guys, if any of you ever consider, why should I buy the more expensive mount for my phone when I can buy the cheaper one? Well, you see, the reason is quite simple. It's just a firmer mounting. I'm sorry, there's a lot of people who seem to think that just because you pay less, it means that you have all the advantages. That's not true. Sometimes you are sacrificing quality, and quality is quite important. I remember buying the cheapest suction cup holder I could find. That thing was falling off all the time, especially in the winter. This one, it's currently 11 degrees, so yeah, I guess not that cold. But even when I had -2 degrees, this thing was holding up just fine. As you can see, it's got this little clip over there, and that kind of pulls the middle of the suction cup off so that it creates the suction inside of it, and then it just keeps it, it's firm on there. Like, let me just do this, wiggle it a bit, and it's there. It's not moving. I have to basically put this clip like that, and then I have to lift from there, and then it comes off. And then we have, of course, the holder itself. It comes with a bit of tightening over there so that, you know, you can loosen that up when you want to tilt it sideways like that. You know, you want to rotate it, and then when you tighten it, it no longer rotates. So you got very little movement on this. You got a bit, honestly. It's not like completely stabilized. But I do remember shooting a video from the cockpit when my suction cup was literally attached to that triangle window over there. As you guys can see, it was attached right there, and the movement was quite minimal, honestly. So I'm really, really proud of this. It was 20 euros, but I have to say, it's probably a very good purchase. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen a better suction cup holder. So yeah, next time you purchase something like this, also think about the quality you're getting. Don't just go, I just want to save money on this because why not? Even a holder that goes in your ventilation flaps, even that one, if it's too cheap, it can be shit. So bear that in mind. Whenever you purchase something, don't just think, oh, it's gotta be cheap. Not always. It also makes a difference in terms of quality. So, and of course it could be the brand as well. I mean, Norauto makes some pretty cool products. I've already shown you guys a picture of me using the spring compressors from Norauto. Those were very solid. They literally helped me change the shocks of my front struts. So they do make very solid products. Whenever you buy something, Norauto is the go-to. And by the way, they're not sponsors. I wish they were, god damn it. I guess we're just gonna get ready to get going. Hopefully we do not encounter any bullshit on the road. We'll see. You know, I'm really, really excited. You guys probably can't tell me because I'm a bit tired, but I am very excited for this. We got a nearly full tank over there. As you can see, the car's starting to heat up. It's getting up to temps. And of course we have our lights on, our headlights. We're ready to go, pretty much. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. When we get to Rebelspeed, you guys will get to meet the Rebelspeed people. We do have confirmed permission from them. I emailed them personally to fix the appointment, first of all, but then also especially to ask them at some point, can I film? And they said yes. So with that in mind, you guys will get to see what these guys are up to. Maybe if you're ever interested in doing something nice for your project car, especially if it's Japanese, you could probably pay them a visit, especially if you're in the Benelux area. It wouldn't hurt, honestly. They are very nice, honestly. It's something good to have when you have a project car like this, to kind of go and do bits and bobs on it to make it fun. So alright then, no more talking. See you guys soon. when I get to Dordrecht. I got to Dordrecht really early, and that was a good thing, because initially, when I got to Kerkplat, which essentially is kind of like a quay, it's kind of like a harbor, I kind of lost my way, but thankfully one of the guys from Rebelspeed immediately noticed me and showed me the way inside, which I'm eternally grateful for, among other things that the guys have done for me. Many other things, as you guys will see in this video. Lots of memories were made, and lots of good moments. And needless to say, we all stood through a lot of work and cumbersome activities, as you will see later on in the video. But everything was going pretty well in the beginning. As soon as I got into the space where these guys were working, I was immediately greeted, offered coffee, and they got to work right away, doing it really methodical, really fast, as these guys always do. And of course, as you always have it when you go to such a passionate bunch of folks who do mods and do these sorts of things, you will also see a couple of very cool projects. We will see them later on, even explained by one of the guys here, the main guy that I spoke to before even coming to Rebelspeed, and someone who I'm still in touch with. Very cool, all of them. Not just one person. I think all of them are great people, and they really helped me a lot. But yeah, as we see that Daihatsu quarry on the top there will also be a couple of other things that will be explained, especially about this Daihatsu quarry that's on the elevator, by one of the guys himself. Hope that panel filter I put on is not too filthy. Haven't really serviced it, but it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
It's doing pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
Considering, I mean, I installed it a long time ago. I didn't really rewash it. So.
No, but it's pretty good. It's not filthy.
Yeah.
Actually very clean. I will put it back if I stay using it.
Yeah. I don't know how you usually do it, but
Like this.
yeah, I know.
And fast.
But yeah, the new manifold also has injectors on it, so
Yeah,
it's got everything.
I removed the loom.
Yeah,
wiring loom,
I know.
So I make everything loose.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessary, but
No,
when you stay like this and two of them are tight.
I know, but I saw people who swapped the old injectors in, but
No, by the new
if we can, then we just keep the new ones. I think it's way better.
Yeah, if they are tested and clean, it's good.
Hopefully.
Okay. Looks good, man. Good condition.
Yeah. Yeah, when I bought it, it didn't really have any rust. And maybe a bit on the rear arches, but then that got cleaned up. I took it to a shop to restore it, basically.
Nice, man.
But some started sprouting on the right front of the car.
And a little surface.
Yeah, but I haven't really done anything, but I was planning to just, for now, sand it a bit and get some spray paint or something. Yeah. That's my only option. Or I could change the fender, I guess.
Yeah, but you need to find a fender from a preface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The favorite color is a different color.
Yeah.
And they don't fit.
No, and it's a different color. Like coupe, EG coupe preface is ook een andere kleur.
kom je nou mee? Nou, dan gaat 10 liter op de grond leggen.
Hoppa. Nice.
I'm good for now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, my brother-in-law is making very good coffee. It's his best job ever. He's sitting there making coffee. Hij is om te lullen.
Sure. Yeah. I heard you make the best coffee, so
Yeah, he
I
makes
feel
the
the need.
greatest coffee.
I feel the need to try.
Yeah.
There's just one thing. It doesn't have to do with the electrics, but on the side that it sits on the engine, I tried to peel off the old gaskets, and then I got the good behavior mark on my hand.
Yeah.
And there's still like a very stubborn little piece that's left on it. Yeah, it's this one.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
I couldn't
We got
peel
some
it off. Yeah,
We got some special goodies for it.
very good. Yeah, much
Yeah,
better. All I had was my iFixit Jimmy tool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's no problem. You also want to see something great like Honda, great Honda?
Yeah. And as the rest of the boys were doing their work, then Sylvester took me to show me around a bit and show me some of the things that were very interesting around the workshop.
I want to show you something.
Hi, doggy.
There's also one of the guys is working on a car. This is his own car. This car was from his dad, but his dad passed away. He blew up the engine. It was something like an oil temperature problem or something like that was. So he pulled out the engine, did the engine bay completely, put a Honda radiator in it. Because yeah. It's Honda.
Never seen this one before. It's
This
like,
is a Suzuki Ignis.
it's kind of like a K car actually.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that size, and you know,
Small, light, funny car.
I really like these honestly. In fact, this is why I'm souping up my Civic. It's because it's got the 1.4. It's very light.
Yeah.
So you know, if you give it just a bit more power, then it's gonna be just right. You know.
Yeah,
It's-
that's one thing for sure. This one is also going to be case swapped end of this year.
Ah, yes.
So now for now it's the stock engine, so you can drive with it
Yeah.
and can build the other K24 engine.
It does look like it's got the room, so
There's already one with the K24 in it, so
nice.
that's-
Yeah.
It's not going to be the first one, but
I can only imagine this thing with a K24.
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
gonna be crazy.
Oh my god.
we also got one. You got an elevator here with cars.
Yeah.
So like in Japan, you got multiple levels.
Yes.
We got also one Volkswagen Jetta
Yeah.
from 1986.
Oh.
We put the K24 in it with turbo.
Yeah.
We like to swap everything out.
Yeah, that's that's mental. That's
Also one of my hobby projects, go-kart.
I've noticed it.
Yeah.
That engine
What do you
It
think?
looks-
What do you think though? What it is? What kind of engine is it?
it's
It's a Yamaha because
Yeah.
it's saying Yamaha. It's 1000 cc, 150 horsepower.
and this thing basically weighs nothing, so
Nope.
of course this thing launches you into the
Yeah.
horizon.
I bought a motorcycle.
Yeah.
The original one was in original condition, but I was still thinking, well, yeah, it's gonna be fast. I already lost 2 fingers once a long time ago, so I got the chopper, the green one. That's mine.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, yeah, maybe we can resell it again. And my buddy said, yeah, we can also put it in a go-kart. I said, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's buy a go-kart. So we bought the go-kart frame, chopped it up, stretched it out,
Yeah.
used lasers to build the engine in it. still a rough shape, but need to build it a little bit more. It's going to be standalone with standalone system, as you mentioned. So it's also going to get launch control and everything like that.
Nice.
I
mean, I guess you would need launch control on something like this, right?
yeah, but you always need launch control.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
And it's going to get a swap on the front for brake disc. So it's going to brake a little bit more better. Custom exhaust. And I'm going to shift with an air solenoid. So with the air cylinder, it's going to be shift. You get flippers with the steering wheel. You can flip it to shifting up. Shifting down, you need to clutch, but that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So something like maybe 10 hours in it. So it's going pretty fast.
That's cool. Looks nice.
That's Rashid, that's our welder. We can make everything. Just aluminum, titanium, stainless steel, no problem. You can see what he's building on. This guy
Yeah, I've
wants
seen
a muffler because it's a little bit loud, but he needs to get it. He wants to switch it out.
Yeah.
So we got a muffler with V-bands with the fast connections.
Yeah.
So he can put the muffler in it. If he's going on track or something, or if he wants to go loud, he will remove the nuts, just 2 nuts. Put the muffler out, put the pipe in it, put the clamps on,
I
ready.
see. Yeah,
You
that's
can change it in 10 minutes, you can change it out from muffler to no muffler.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. It's an easy fix if you want to change it yourself.
Yeah.
I did see some folks use valved exhausts.
Yeah, I'm not so happy about it because if there's a little bit dirt between the valve, it's going to be stuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that
it's
makes
always going to
sense.
be a little bit open or not completely closed or something like that. That's very annoying.
And that's immediately an annoyance the moment
Thank
it
you.
happens. Because the whole point of the valved exhaust is to kind of play nice, and then you get naughty when.
Yeah, the best option is to put a valve something close to the last muffler, because there you got the less heat, less dirt.
Yeah.
That's going to be the best option. But we did with something with a Dodge Ram. It's got a Viper motor in it, so SRT. They put 2 valves, something like this at the tip display, so it's very close by. And dirt was also already a little bit of a problem, but it was sounding great. Because V18 engine with open valves.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Nasty,
SRT Viper.
nasty, nasty pickup.
Of course.
This guy is also already a customer, something like 10 years, I think.
7, 8 years.
7, 8 years, yeah. He's also a crazy motherfucker with, he got the EG, it's the 1.5 engine, D15, with a big, massive turbo on it. He was calling me at Saturday night or something like that, no, Friday?
No, Saturday night.
Saturday night? Yeah,
Sunday.
Sylvester, I want an exhaust. It needs to go under the turbo, to the front bumper with a hole, and needs to go with some flames out it. and it needs to be ready tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ik zei, you're fucking crazy. My ex-girlfriend was mad crazy, man. You got video of it?
Now, so this is the exhaust.
Yeah.
To the front bumper?
The front bumper. That's the exhaust house. It's we think it was an truck turbo.
Lorry turbo, something like that.
Yeah.
We used to do really crazy shit with this.
Yeah.
In the corner, around the corner, there's an aerodeck station. That's also turbo.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. Lots of fun, but there was still more to come. At this point, the boys were getting ready to have my car put on the elevator, but in the meantime, the Daihatsu Quarry with its little exhaust modification was ready, which meant that my car had to come out of the way for that one to come down with the elevator, and so it can be taken out by the customer that came with it so that he can drive it back. There is also going to be a shot of that car being driven away. Not that anything extravagant happened, but it's a fun little car. I really have a soft spot for compact, lightweight cars. I have to say they are my favorite type of car. There are a lot of people who prefer high-powered cars. I have no problem against certain types of cars per se, but I do have a soft spot for compact lightweights, and this one was really one of them.
Hij was eerst sneller. Dus nu verdempt en laag. Dat laag is wel leuk. Maar ik zal wel even proberen
Yeah, you too, man.
security back.
Yeah. Then one of the guys was kind enough to give me a ride aboard his Civic Aerodeck 1.5 Turbo. I never actually found out how much power he was making, but I did learn that he was making 0.5 bars of boost, and boy, trust me when I tell you that that thing was just launching itself when it was hitting boost. And you can't really see it in the clip, well, when can you ever see it, but I was all grins and all smiles, so yeah, just have a look and see for yourselves.
If your OEM clutch is in good condition,
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, it's been swapped recently, so, you know. lot for the ride.
No problem. That's something we always do here.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. And this is where things started turning a little bit more sour. First, there was the very stubborn gasket that was left on the engine block after the old intake manifold was removed. Now, luckily, these guys are very, very patient and they do their job very, very well. But my God, could I feel how bad it was for their mental health, perhaps, to sit there and just have to clean that messy piece of junk that was left on the engine block after removing the old intake manifold. I know I would have probably not have the patience to clean it. I even remember that when I tried to clean the new intake manifold, as you guys probably already know from my stories, I had my Jimmy tool fly from it into my finger and leaving me with a pretty nice behavioral mark. So yeah, just don't try these sorts of things at home. Make sure that you're well prepared for it and don't try to speed it up more than you have to. Perhaps also try using some of the stuff that's needed for stuff like this, like for example gasket removal spray like these guys had. They had everything they needed to do it, and even they took a very, very long time. So, just be aware that this is a very long process and it takes a while, and anything that's really nice takes a long time and it's difficult. So you just gotta embark for it. You just gotta prepare for it when you want to do it.
Like you love. Zo dan, 400 horsepower.
At this point, there were a couple of bits and bobs that could only be done from underneath the car, which is why the boys decided to lift it on the elevator that it was already on. My curiosity, however, was to see just how much more fucked this car was on the underside, but to my surprise, it was quite clean actually.
Ever seen from the bottom?
I mean, from what I crawled under it, this thing is a hero. Look, all the scratch marks.
Yeah, it's a warrior.
Honestly, I thought this got fucked every time I heard scraping, but
Oh, it's only
it doesn't
steel.
look like that. Yeah.
Replace them.
Yeah, the whole exhaust, because the person who sold me this car, I forgot where it was exactly. I think this, instead of a flange, he just welded it together. And of course the weld just snapped at some point because it was absolutely crusty. And you know, it came up on my inspection, and then I just had to replace the whole
Everything.
the whole line of the exhaust. So you think we're almost done, right? Well, that's where you're wrong. It turns out that some of the parts that I had were not that good. On the electronics side, we had some issues, and it turns out that one of the biggest parts of this that the boys just spent a long time putting on will eventually have to come off, and it did, and it took very much time extra. And then of course you can already see how Sylvester over there is kind of fiddling in the cabin with some of the wiring. Unfortunately, he had to do that as well before realizing that this part was faulty, so there was all this extra work only to then have to remove it and then come up with something that they had in stock. Luckily, thank you very much, Rebelspeed, for coming to my rescue, because I really needed it, and thank you for putting up with the bullshit of having to install a part and then have to remove it, do essentially the same work over and over again just to get my car running. Mad respect to these folks, because they really put up with the bullshit that this whole thing of mine had to offer, and I'm eternally grateful for them. So thank you guys a lot. I definitely got bamboozled, I guess, but I was told that it was an EJ6 loom, so
the EG6 from the other loom, that one.
yeah.
And that's one only for EG. It's not changeable with E6K. There's only 2H, that's the correct one. Only it is a mixture, so I think it's something like a Honda Accord or something like that. But
I really hope that this is the only.
A little bit of time, I think I can fix it, because I pulled this plug from one of my looms upstairs.
Yeah.
Pull all the wiring out from that one, put it in this plug.
I hope that's the only incompatibility.
Yeah, if that's the only problem, that's going to be great.
Yeah, I really hope that's the case. But I mean, everything else, all other plugs kind of, you know, they fit already, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what you're seeing now is after a little time skip of the problem that I spoke about, that we had to literally remove one of the biggest parts of this and install one that they had in stock as a replacement in order to get the car running and able to run permanently. And I just wanted to spare the viewers' eyes from all of that pain, because it was a lot, especially for Rebelspeed themselves. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like to have to do all that cumbersome work and then to have to do it again just because the damn thing turns out not to be working and you spent all that time installing it and now how you have to remove it and install another one. Yeah, big drat. But enjoy the rest of it because now the thing is starting to come to fruition, thankfully. After 10 hours of stuff and this whole cumbersome thing, we are near the finish line.
Fire over there for the spark plugs. Just finishing it up. So we need one hose at the bottom, one oil light, to connect them.
Can you also have a look at the boots?
Yeah, I can also do it. Start off, so no problem.
Yeah.
Then we went out for a drive to test the car with the new parts on. And boy, was it much better. It was a lot better. The car feels more responsive. It feels a lot more balanced with its current platform, with the suspension and everything. So, yeah, to me, this is perfect. And once again, I'm very grateful to Rebelspeed and the help that they provided and for putting up with all of that bullshit that had to happen, because what I was equipped with was not, after all, the most adequate stuff. But in the end, we got there. What followed is me saying my goodbyes and thanking them once again for all of the help, and of course settling my bill with them, and then going back home. Morning, it's the next day. Yeah, it's been a long night. Everything went swimmingly, and by swimmingly I mean we did get neck deep in shit at some point. There was some wiring problems that we had to deal with, which turned like a 4-hour job into like a 10-hour job. But other than that, it was nice. I really liked how Rebelspeed works. They're very methodical. They're very patient. I have to say, I'm nothing but grateful to them for being so patient and being so capable of doing what they do. And you know, they're very passionate as well. They're not the kind of people who go, okay, this is not our problem, fuck off, right, get out of our hair. They're not that kind of you know, service or that kind of workshop that does you like that. So if they're gonna give you a service, they're gonna give it to you all the way. And I really appreciate that about them. So to anyone who might be interested in finding like a workshop that deals with, you know, Hondas or even Japanese cars at all, I highly recommend them. They're really good. They're in the Netherlands, and yeah, they really do this kind of thing for us car aficionados. So yeah, I highly recommend them. You guys should check them out. They also have an Instagram page. I'll leave it in my description. Yeah, a big thanks to all of the boys over there for being so patient and being so persistent to getting my car to fucking drive. And yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'll catch you next time. Until then, take care.